Lynn. Lynn posts up. Down on the left wing of LaPlona. He fakes the pass. There's a shot from way out front. Swish!
That's Magaki.
Magaki hits the tray.
So Magaki hit that tray. He immediately turned to the student section and acknowledged it.
Into Katie. Katie is stuffed, but he double punches and puts it in. Oh, my goodness. What great body control by Cheney. You know, the beautiful thing on that play, he dished it down low to John Cheney. That was a great look by Ryan Brown. Team ball. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Linganore High School, home of the Lancers, and we are up to the second round in the high school MPSSAA boys basketball tournament here as we move, everyone moving towards College Park in just a couple of weeks. So we'll be bringing you tonight's game. The Linganore Lancers will be hosting the North Hagerstown Hubs right here in this is the 3A West Section 2 semifinal. My name is Michael Betteridge. I'll be doing your play-by-play, joined here at courtside with Michael Reinick doing color analysis. Michael, how's it look out there?
Well, Michael, you know, we've seen Linganore play a bunch of times this year, and the one thing I would definitely say is that, you know, they're kind of battle-tested, and these two teams have played each other during the year, and they're split, one win apiece, so it should be a well-balanced game.
All right, we'll step aside for our first break. We'll be back for the opening tip-off right after this.
Only 1/2 of 1% of all high school student athletes play basketball in college. But all 100% of them become adults. That's why playing basketball in their high school team is so important. High school athletes learn life lessons that help them grow up. Lessons that can't be taught in the classroom and often aren't taught at home. This message presented by the Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletic Association and the Maryland State Athletic Directors Association.
MedOne Pharmacy is the largest locally owned and operated pharmacy in Frederick County. MedOne Pharmacy has 4 locations in Brunswick, Emmitsburg, Middletown, and Thurmont to provide you with convenience, experience, service, tradition, and value. MedOne Pharmacy. Check out their website at medonepharmacy.com. That's MEDONE pharmacy.com today. Or for more information, call them at 301-271-2223.
MedOne Pharmacy is a proud sponsor of Frederick County Public School Athletics. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're here at Linganore High School, and we're ready for the player introductions. Talking a little bit about this game that's coming out, exciting game between these two teams. This is actually the third, it's kind of unusual, but this is the third meeting of these two teams this year. Michael, it's my understanding that Linganore beat North Hagerstown early in the season at North Hagerstown.
Correct, yeah.
And then the Hubs came back over here later in the season, about a month ago, and returned the favor, beat Linganore here at home.
Yeah, the game here was an overtime game, and the Lancers had the game into the fourth quarter, and they had a couple of careless turnovers and missed some free throws, and North Hagerstown showed a lot of maturity and came back. So these two teams know each other really well. Last year, Linganore knocked North Hagerstown out of the playoffs. They've probably played, a dozen times in the last 4 years.
Well, I had my keys to tonight's game, and I'd like your input on this. I said Linganore has home advantage because home advantage is important in the playoffs. But I'm looking at this crowd. There's hardly anybody here tonight.
Yeah, these 6 o'clock games, they switched the playoff games to 6 p.m. versus 7 p.m. And, all these players and coaches are creatures of habit. So not having the JV game in front of them, starting earlier, the sun's still daylight outside. These playoff games are really difficult for the teams to get going, and it's really important for whatever team gets going first, it will have an advantage. There is no third half. You know, you gotta get a lead and keep the lead.
It's one and done.
Right. So you know, it's interesting. And normally they play Tuesday and Friday. Now they're playing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So everything changes for the playoffs. It really is a different season. I'm looking at the officiating crew we have, and we have a very senior officiating crew, so that should benefit. We should get really consistent officiating, hopefully, throughout the game.
I think the other key to this game is Linganore has playoff experience. North Hagerstown does not.
Yeah, North Hagerstown, I don't think has made it out of the first or maybe the second round for the last 4 years. I think Linganore's actually taken them out 3 of the last 4 years. So they got that little mental hurdle to get over. But, you know, the Lancers, they got Nick Lang, who Kevin Hartman, the coach at North Hagerstown, said he is probably the best guard they've played all year. And Nick comes in averaging 20 points. North Hagerstown's much more balanced. So the Lancers, for them, it's going to be playing good defense. And then kind of similar to the Oakdale games we've seen, Linganore wants to shoot from the outside. North Hagerstown probably wants to pound it in the big guy, Christian Teague.
And here we go. The tip-off is off. I'll turn it over to you, Michael.
Okay, Nick Lang and the Lancers, they control the tip. Nick gets it up in the forecourt, gets it to his brother. He gets it to Christian Nolan. Christian Nolan to Drew Twillman, back to Nick Lang. Sagging defense by North Hagerstown. Lang at the top of the key, hands it to Drew Twillman. 17 on the shot clock to Nolan on the right wing. Nolan goes to the corner to Nick Lang. Lang looking inside, knocked away by Caleb Ferguson of the North Hagerstown Hubs. And 10 seconds on the shot clock. Once again, everyone kind of feeling each other out here at the beginning.
And the Hagerstown doing exactly what Linganore would hope they would do, and that's bunch up all inside for the outside shot, but they're not going to take it. They've got 10 seconds now to get it done right here.
Lang inbounds to Nolan.
Twillman will have to take it.
Twillman with a jump back.
Short.
No good. Rebound Christian Teague. He had 18 on Friday against South Hagerstown. Up into the forecourt, that is Caleb Ferguson for the Hubs. He gets it over to Titus Baylor. Titus Baylor, the point guard, to Coach Hartman's son. Coach Hartman's son on the right side, back to Ferguson. They have the two big guys inside. They've got Teague setting a high screen. Teague rolls to the ball, gets it at the high post. Matt Schiller guarding him. Baylor drives the lane. Nice pass to number 21, Ryan Sox. Rebound comes down to Lancers. Nick Lang looks to push it. Gets it to Drew Twillman. Matt Schiller starting, trying to neutralize Christian Teague. Schiller normally comes off the bench. Twillman goes over to Lang, to Nicholas Lang on the left-hand side. Nicholas Lang creates a little bit of room, pump fakes, back to Drew Twillman. Twillman looking to Nolan inside. Hubs take it away. Instead, he bounced pass to Schiller, taken away, stolen by Sox.
Bad decision. He bounced that into traffic.
Ferguson brings it down. Ferguson to Hartman. Hartman's their three-point shooter. Hartman guarded outside, gets it back out to Titus Baylor for the Hubs. They go back to half court, try to set up their half-court set.
Nice
Inside.
play. Good defensive play.
Quick hands by Christian Nolan. Nolan gets the ball, but the Hubs retain it with 12 on the shot clock. Ferguson to Hartman. Hartman at the top of the key. Hartman looks inside to Sox, doesn't have it. Hartman to Ferguson with 4 on the shot clock. A long three off the backboard rim, controlled by Nick Lang. Nick Lang pushing it up. Both teams getting used to each other out here. Nick Lang pulls up from 3. Good.
There it is. Nothing but net.
That's what North Hagerstown said. They have to defend that three-point line. That was 1 foot on the line. So that's a two-pointer for Nick Lang. Hubs come down. Titus Baylor gets it to Kevin Hartman. Hartman dribbles. Looks to Caleb Ferguson on the wing. Teague posting up. Schiller on him. They go to Hartman on the other side. Hartman for the long 3. Good. 3-2 Hubs.
Twillman doing a good job underneath the boxing out on Teague.
Into the forecourt come the Lancers. Nick Lang with the ball, dribbling with his left hand, gets a screen from Matt Schiller, now guarded by Teague. The double comes to Nick. Somebody's got to be open. It's his brother Sean from 3. Good.
He's got it.
Sean Lang for 3. 5-3 Lancers. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Ferguson brings in the forecourt. Hartman dribbles his right. Hands off to Baylor. Baylor, head fake, gets Nick Lang in the air. Hand off to Caleb Ferguson. Caleb Ferguson calls for a ball screen. He gets it from Christian Teague. Teague rolls to the basket. Back to Hartman. Back outside to Ferguson. Ferguson with 15 on the shot clock. They really want to try to get that ball to Christian Teague. And they
pick and roll is what they're looking at right there, but they're defensing it well.
Baylor drives up off the glass in. Nice drive by Titus Baylor. His first 2 points.
Good clutch drive.
They used all the shot clock, got a good shot. Nicholas Lang in the forecourt to Sean Lang, goes to Drew Twillman at the top of the circle. Drew Twillman dribbles down, goes to the high post to Christian Nolan. Christian Nolan with a short jumper. Good.
He got it.
7-5 Lancers. Caleb Ferguson brings the ball down for the Hubs. Gets it to Hartman. Hartman in the corner. He comes back out. Seth Hartman sets it back up. They've not been able to get the ball to Christian Teague, yet their offense has been effective. Teague at the three-point line. Gets it to Sox. Baseline cut by Baylor.
That was a trash shot. He threw it up backwards.
Yeah, he made a good cut. They delivered it to him too early, right under the basket. Lancers get the rebound, bring it down. Sean Lang goes to Christian Nolan. Nolan looks to drive to Matt Schiller. Back outside to Nick Lang. Nick Lang at the three-point line. He's probing. Drives.
There it is.
Shoots, scores, and they call a blocking foul.
It's a smart move on Nick's part. He took it straight up at the basket, used his body to protect the ball, just put it in soft off the glass.
We got a host of substitutions coming in. For the Lancers, number 31, Tommy Moyer, and number 4, Zach Willett. For the Hubs, number 25, Ben Caldwell, number 22, Shaylon Smith. And the last substitution is number 30, Alex Orfori.
5-point lead for the Lancers.
Caldwell within the front court, gets it to Orfori. Orfori back to Caldwell, to Ferguson in the corner. He gets doubled, gets out of it, gets a bump from Christian Nolan. That's going to be his first foul on Christian Nolan.
That was an unfortunate foul. He was just trying to get a little tick on the ball, and he got him on the wrist.
Yeah, so Nolan is his first. He's one of the more athletic players for the Lancers, and he's going to take a quick seat. Number 3, Joe Kolick into the game for the Lancers.
Kolick, very athletic, strong guy. He'll be a good addition to this lineup.
Ferguson triggers, gets it in bounds. Ball kicks outside to Ferguson. Back to Orfori, who drives. Ball on the deck. Ferguson comes away with it, guarded by Nick Lang. Teague has Moyer sealed. Ferguson with a nice drive, kicks it to number 22, Shaylon Smith.
Whoa, what a steal.
Rebound bounced around a little bit. Sean Lang came up with it, gets it to Nick Lang, to Zach Willett in the front court.
He snatched it right out of Teague's hands.
Teague brought the ball down, what they always teach the guys never to do. To the corner to Willett. Willett's 3, no good. High for the rebound, number 22, Shaylon Smith, and he's fouled by number 31.
Smith was way up in the air. His head was even with the rim on that.
Fouled by Moyer. He did get way up. We're not going to win a jumping contest against him. That was off of 2 feet. He was above the rim grabbing that ball. Number 23, Bennett Formulac, comes into the game for the Lancers. Ferguson gets the ball. He comes down to forecourt to Orfori. Long 3, no good by number 25, Ben Caldwell.
That's going to be a problem for the
Teague's rebound goes over the top and puts it in.
He didn't have position on that, Mike, and he still got the rebound over top of the Linganore.
Yep. Linganore's going to have to put 2 men on him on the boards. Lang brings it down. Lang drives to his left. Pump fake. Good up off the glass. 12-7. Ferguson bringing it to the forecourt. Ferguson to Caldwell. Caldwell, another long 3. Good.
Wow, nothing but net.
That was Orforia. Sorry. 2 minutes left. 12-10, Michael. Lancers bringing the ball down court slowly. Nick Lang gets it to Zach Willett. Zach Willett hits the cutting Bennett Formulac. Formulac in trouble. Gets it to Tommy Moyer. Lancers are able to reset. Back out toward midcourt to Zach Willett. To the corner to Formulac. He ball fakes. Gets it to Tommy Moyer at the corner. Moyer to Formulac. Formulac to Kolick. Oops.
6 seconds. They got to take a shot. Yeah, that's a foul. Good. A lot of contact on that one. Good whistle.
And a bit of a bailout. It was a scramble out front. Yeah. Willett had the ball, and one of the Hubs trying to be very aggressive and jump in there. Got him with the shoulder.
He did. He really did. And he didn't have to give up that foul because there was no way Willett was going to recover and get the shot off in time.
They were deep in the shot clock. Yeah, there was not kind of a bailout foul there. Titus Baylor back in the game, and he's going to guard Nick Lang. Going to pick him up. Lang goes right by him. Lang now working him at the top of the key. Counts on. Lang goes now. Teague hedges on him. Right to Tommy Moyer. Tommy Moyer up and, fouled. No good.
Now, that was a teachable moment because what he did was instead of going straight up for the block, he whacked into the ball, and they'll call that every time.
Yeah, no. In fact, if he would have went straight up, I think from behind somebody might have got a piece of it as well. Moyer did a good job, though, of setting that screen and realizing that his defender hedged on. Nick Lang rolled right to the basket.
Yes.
First shot by Tommy Moyer is good. Lancers up by 3, 13-10. Second one, no good. Rebounded by Titus Baylor. Titus Baylor into the forecourt to Ben Caldwell. Caldwell with a nice drive. Up, one-handed floater, no good. He gets his own rebound. Power dribble, blocked by Joe Kolick.
Joe Kolick got a nice block on that. Clean as a whistle.
Nick Lang to Joe Kolick. Kolick, he loses control. Baylor, bring it down. He's going to take it hard to the basket, right into the chest to Nick Lang, and scores. It's a nice move by Titus Baylor. Nick Lang, right up court to Tommy Moyer. He gets Christian Teague in the air. Oh, they call him for dragging his feet.
Traveling violation. And you can see he's worried about the size of Teague, and it got in his head.
Speaking of size, coming in the game for the Lancers, number 32, Brandon Champagne. He's their biggest player, and he's going to come in to lean on Christian Teague for the next 50 seconds. That's what's left in the first quarter. Hubs have the ball. Nice drive by number 22, Orfori. In and out. Rebounded by Nick Lang. Lang leads the Lancers in assists, rebounds, and points. 30 seconds on the shot clock, 35 on the game clock. Lang comes across half court. Lang, Willett, Kolick, Champagne, and Formulac. Willett out at the top of the key. Gets a screen from Champagne. Now Champagne backs away to Kolick. Kolick gets it to Nick Lang. 15 on the shot clock, guarded by Titus Baylor. Nick Lang, dribble between his legs, looking for a ball screen. Here comes Champagne to give it to him. And there is the hedge by Teague. Goes down to Kolick, back out to Bennett Formulac. 2 on the shot clock. They
didn't get her away in time.
Did not get the shot away. It's shot clock violation. The Lancers got it. That's the second time. They're losing kind of track of how long. Great ball sharing. Inbounds pass to Titus Baylor. 2 on the clock. Baylor from almost half court, partially blocked by Nick Lang. And that's the end of the first quarter with the score. Linganore 13, North Hagerstown Hubs 12. We'll be back. This is 1450 WTHU.org. Listen to us on WTHU.org. This is Michael Reinick and Michael Betterick bringing you 3A West playoff action.
This is Dave Johnson, radio voice of the Washington Wizards. I want to tell you about an exciting sports store in Frederick. Play It Again Sports. That's right, Play It Again Sports is located on Buckystown Pike. If you're like me and you're tired of spending big bucks on sports equipment your kids will outgrow, head on down to Play It Again Sports and sell your old gear and then buy new or used gear. Whether it's lacrosse, football, hockey, basketball, soccer, or ski and snowboarding, Play It Again Sports has all your new and used sporting good needs. You can walk out with new equipment, money in your pocket, or both. Unbelievable. That's Play It Again Sports at Frederick for whatever sport you play.
We're back at Linganore High School for tonight's 3A Section 2 playoff matchup. Section 2 semifinal between the North Hagerstown Hubs and the Linganore Lancers. Start of the second quarter. Both teams have their starting lineups back out. I actually checked that. Christian T's getting a quick break. He's getting replaced by Isaiah Stoner. Down the lane quickly was Seth Hartman, and he puts the Hubs up by 1. The Hubs now are in a 1-2-2 three-quarter court press against the Lancers. Lancers break it easily, but they use about 7 or 8 seconds on the shot clock. Matt Schiller inside to Christian Nolan. Nolan with the nice layup. Good. Teague was out. They went right inside. 15-14 Lancers. Ferguson brings it down for the Hubs. He goes to Hartman. Hartman with the dribble. Hands off to Baylor. Baylor drives hard. Kicks it back out to Ferguson. Ferguson tries to drive. Ferguson underneath. Throws it wildly. Stolen by the Lancers. Tipped away by Sean Lang to Drew Twillman. Drew Twillman brings it up to Nick Lang for a deep 3. No good. Rebound to Sox for the Hubs. Here comes Caleb Ferguson bringing the ball down. They got a different look when Teague's not in there. A lot of one-on-one. Hartman to Baylor. Baylor with the ball on the deck. Baylor to Ferguson at the top. Ferguson goes to Hartman on the right wing. Sox and Stoner are the inside guys. To Stoner at the top of the key. Stoner gets it over to Ferguson, who takes a long 3. Off the rim, hit the wire, the suspension wire, marking the ball out of bounds. He had good rotation on it, just caught a little bit too much of the rim.
Both teams starting to play a little bit better defense in these last 2 possessions. So
those nerves are done now, Michael. It's 1 quarter into this. Everyone's playing. Nick Lang gets it up to his brother Sean Lang. Sean Lang goes inside to Christian Nolan, back to Matt Schiller. Sean Lang, nice. Nick Lang.
Nice ball
Good
movement.
ball movement. They go to Matt Schiller. Matt Schiller throws it away, stolen by Baylor. He gets it over to Sox, then to Ferguson. Ferguson bringing the ball down. Hubs down by 1, 15-14. He goes inside to Isaiah Stoner. Isaiah Stoner being guarded by Christian Nolan.
Oh,
Seth
great
Hartman
defensive
blocked by
play.
Christian Nolan. That was help defense there.
Nolan stepped in off of his man and blocked that shot. It was beautiful.
Most block shots come on that offside. Lancers down in the forecourt. Sean Lang to Drew Twillman. They're in a 2-3. Twillman launches up a three. No good. Rebound down to Baylor. Baylor quickly to Hartman. Hartman brings it down behind his back to Baylor near half court. Baylor, dribble drive, loses control. Stolen by Drew Twillman. Twillman with Lang. Drive, bounce past the Lang. Baylor gets back into the play, saves it under his own basket. Lucky for the Hubs.
Yeah,
he saved it right to Christian Nolan, but he stepped on the end line.
Right. Yeah, the Lancers are doing some really good transition here. They're running hard, and their speed is showing.
Inbounds pass stolen by Christian Teague, who just came back in the game.
And now
Sean
stolen
Lang
back.
steals it back. Teague came back in with Ofori and Shaylon Smith. So now the Lancers are going to try to get a little less chaotic here. They bring it back out front. Nick Lang to Sean Lang in the corner for three. It's good.
Yeah, he was camped out on that spot. You could see the two brothers knew what was going to come.
Quickly in the forecourt, number 25, Ben Caldwell, puts it up off the glass. Blocked by two Lancers, but Christian Teague did a nice job of following the play and laying it in. 18-16, Lancers up by two. Drew Twillman dribbling out front. Twillman goes to Sean Lang. Sean Lang inside to Christian Nolan. Nolan with Smith on his back. Tries to get the ball to Twillman. That was a tough pass. Down the court comes Caldwell on the steal. Caldwell in the corner to Hartman. Hartman looking inside to try to get it to Teague. Teague had his guy pinned. They just couldn't get it to him. Goes back up front to Caldwell. Caldwell to Ferguson. Ferguson to Caldwell on the right side. Teague working hard. Schiller working against him. Nolan double teaming from the backside. Goes to Hartman to Ferguson. Gets a screen from Smith. Ferguson goes around Smith. Tough pass trying to get it to Teague. At his feet. 10 on the shot clock. Caldwell for three. No, but look at the rebound.
Where did he come from? All of a sudden, this red body came flying through the air, made the rebound, and put it right back for the score.
Took the 20-foot shot, realized it was short, and followed it himself. Twillman down, lays it up. No good off the glass. Teague rebounds, 18-18. Hartman brings it down. Hartman looking, gets it to Ferguson, the trail man. Ferguson pulls up for a jumper, short. Rebound comes out. Twillman tips it. Caldwell controls. The Lancers are out of position right now. Caldwell drives in the lane. Ball goes up. Christian Nolan with a nice rebound. Gets it to Nick Lang. Nick Lang dribbling down with his left, getting double teamed. Goes to Sean Lang, the trailer. No good on the trail. Nice block up by Shaylon Smith. Quick outlet to Seth Hartman. Hartman down. Bodies up against Nick Lang and puts it in off the glass. 2018 North Hagerstown. That is a hectic pace we got right now.
It is fast and furious.
Nick Lang brings it down across half court. Lang goes to his right, goes to his brother Sean. Sean goes to Christian Nolan. Nolan dribbles to his left. Kicks it outside to Lang for three. That's Sean Lang. Long, no good. Rebound, they call a push on Matt Schiller. Christian Teague kind of
Nolan should have taken that shot in the paint. He had a hook shot right there. And there's a tendency to try to go with your leader, your team leader, which is Nicholas Lang. But Nolan was there with it.
When you got open shots, you're going to have to take them. Somebody's going to have to make those shots. Number 4, Zach Willett comes back in with number 32, Brandon Champagne. Titus Baylor has the ball at the top. He goes to Seth Hartman, who takes a long jumper. Short? No, he gets the roll, and it goes in. That's a three. All of a sudden, the Hubs are up by 5. 23-18. They only gave him credit for 2 on the scoreboard, but I think it was a 3.
There it is. They just tacked it on.
23-18. Inside to Christian Nolan, being guarded by Teague. He tries to go to Brandon Champagne. Champagne loses the ball out of bounds. Shaylon Smith tried to save it and stepped on the end line. Joe Kolick's going to come in replacing Christian Nolan. The Lancers need to be careful here.
Linganore has to take the ball at Teague. They can't shy away from him just because he's big and has a reputation. They played this guy and they know what he can do, but they've got to take the ball at him and force him to foul.
Inbounds pass goes to Champagne, who gets it to Nick Lang. Nick Lang, they've gone to, out of the timeout, they've gone to a 2-3 zone. Nick Lang to Zach Willett. Lang goes to Joe Kolick. 5 on the shot clock.
Shoot it.
Willett shoots for 3.
Sure.
No good. Rebound to Kolick. Kolick throws it away. Lancers are being careless with the ball on the offensive end. Goes down to Hartman. In the forecourt to Baylor, to Hartman. Kicks it to a wide open player.
This is a big possession right here.
Hartman goes back to Ofori. or Forey to Baylor. To Hartman, who's wide open for three. No good. Rebound. Goes down to Shaylon Smith. He kicks it back out to Hartman. 30 seconds on the shot clock. 2 on the game clock here in the second half. He goes to Shaylon Smith. Shaylon Smith looking to drive. Gets it to Christian Teague out towards the three-point line. To Hartman. Hartman puts it on the deck. Pull up 15-footer. No good. Rebound. Smith. Blocked by Kolick. Formulac with the ball for the Lancers.
Second block of the game for Joe.
That was a critical play. Formulac stops at the foul line, pulls up, goes to Champagne. Kolick drives baseline. He has the move, goes up with his left hand, misses it. Rebound comes down. Zach Willett loses it out of bounds. It's going to be Hub's ball. 23-18. Caleb Ferguson re-entering in the game for Seth Hartman.
This first half is almost over. I can't believe the pace here is furious.
And unbelievably, one of the best players for North Hagerstown, they're up by 5, and Christian Teague only has 2 points. Cutter or Forey up off the glass, good. North Hagerstown right now is really, really playing well. Up by 7. 1:20 remaining. Lancers got to get a bucket here. Brandon Champagne gives a pick to Caleb Ferguson. Now Teague is guarding Nick Lang. Lang's telling everybody to get out of his way, that he has this. Lang goes inside to Brandon Champagne. Champagne does the same thing you just talked about. They get the ball in against Christian Teague, and they're afraid of the block shot.
They're afraid to shoot. And he hesitated. He did the little head fake with the ball, and that was over. He shuffled his feet on the head fake and got the violation.
Shaylon Smith into Titus Baylor. Critical possession for the Lancers. They got to get a stop here. Number 30, Alex Orfori drives baseline. He gets the ball to Smith. Smith makes it and is fouled.
That's a backbreaker right there, Michael, because look, that's gonna put them up right now by 9, and potentially the and 1 could make it a 10-point game.
Chance to go up by 10. This is not where the Lancers want to find themselves. Number 22, Shaylon Smith, trying to make it a 10-point game. 53 seconds left in the game.
Got it.
That was 53 seconds left in the half. Lancers bring back Christian Nolan, Sean Lang, and Matt Schiller.
Yeah. It's a smart move because that lineup just wasn't producing.
No, and in fact, I don't think the Lancers have scored in about 3 minutes.
They haven't.
1-3-1 press. They go in off the made free throw. Nick Lang brings it across. 28 on the shot clock. Gets it to Drew Twillman in the corner to Sean Lang for 3.
Short.
Rebound comes down to Christian Nolan off his hands. Hub's ball up by 10, 39.7 seconds left here in the first half.
You know, it's really just they're getting the open look. It's just really a case of the ball's not going for them right now. That's all.
Into the forecourt to Alex Orfori. Orfori trying to look inside, goes to Shaylon Smith. Shaylon Smith, triple threat position, goes back out to Caleb Ferguson. Schiller's trying to front Teague, doing a pretty good job, but I think they're sagging a little bit, trying to help on Teague, and they've hit a bunch of jump shots. Teague has him pinned. They go outside to Titus Baylor. Baylor pulls it back out. 10 on the shot clock, 15 on the game clock. Baylor looking to take Lang one-on-one. He gets a pick from Smith. Smith rolls. Ball out front. Long shot. Titus Baylor right at the shot clock. Off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Shaylon Smith. Gets it to Caleb Ferguson. His shot at the buzzer, no good. So, Michael, at the half, North Hagerstown has to be happy. Score, North Hagerstown Hubs 28, Linganore 18.
And we were back and forth with no more than a 2-point lead for most of the entire first half until that last 5 minutes of action, where it really boiled down to some spectacular rebounding by the Hubs in their own forecourt.
Yeah, they're not giving up. Every loose ball, they're winning the loose ball battle. There's no doubt about it. Everyone, this is Maryland MPSSA 3A West Section 2 semifinal game. At halftime, the score, North Hagerstown Hubs 28, Linganore Lancers 18. This is WTHU 1450. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with some halftime stats and analysis.
Okay.
It's that time of year again at Gettysburg Auto Auction. Tax season is upon us, and we need additional inventory to pack the lanes this Thursday night. If you're a new or used car dealer looking to sell your leftover inventory, or just a private individual, try this little auction where the prices match the big guys and fees are the lowest of any auction in the area. Gettysburg Auto Auction is home of the exclusive bid drive-by program where you can drive your car before you buy it. Combine that with our outstanding customer satisfaction record and our low fees, and you're guaranteed an extremely positive car buying experience. Also, if you missed Thursday night sale, stop in on Friday for the Friday leftover sale. Any vehicle still available can be test driven and bought on the spot. Gettysburg Auto Auction is located on Route 15 at the Maryland-Pennsylvania line, the Steinware exit. For directions and a sampling of upcoming vehicles, visit GettyAuto.com. Gettysburg Auto Auction, the little auction looking for additional inventory for this Thursday's sale.
This can be a busy time of year, running around getting ready for company, visiting friends, or spending time enjoying family. We are all too familiar with a growing list of errands that need our attention. Gary the Barber knows how busy life can get, and so he makes sure that your convenience and a great haircut are first on his list. Gary the Barber is conveniently located at Tippin Drive in Thurmont, Maryland, to serve you. Gary the Barber has hours to accommodate any busy schedule. Appointments are available by calling 301-305-7895. That's 301-305-7895. Or just walk in and enjoy a professional haircut, great fellowship, affordable prices, and super service. Gary the Barber will make you feel and look your best. Call Gary the Barber today. 301-305-7895.
And remember, with an appointment, you won't have to wait.
Do you have a great business with debts that just won't go away? Do you want to pay your creditors but just can't afford their terms? If credit cards and cash advances have put your business behind, the last thing you need is another loan. Corporate Turnaround can help you free up your cash flow and resolve your toughest debts without borrowing and without bankruptcy. We've worked with over 11,000 businesses since 1998. We've settled almost $500 million in business debt for our clients. Credit cards, cash advances, leases, loans, even lawsuits and judgments. If you are ready for a proven way to get your business out of debt, call Corporate Turnaround at 800-588-2910 or visit resolvebusinessdebt.com. 800-588-2910 or visit resolvebusinessdebt.com. 800-588-2910 or visit resolvebusinessdebt.com.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here at Linganore High School for tonight's 3A Section 2 semifinal game, and the Linganore Lancers find themselves down by 10 to the North Hagerstown Hubs, who have just out-hustled and outplayed them in the first half. As we look at our halftime stats, the Lancers, led by the Lang brothers, as they normally are, Nicholas with 7 and Sean Lang with 6, Christian Nolan with 4, Tommy Moyer with 1. Notably, no points for Zach Willett, no points for Drew Twillman, two of their more reliable scorers, so they haven't been able to find the range yet. For the Hubs, Coach's son, Seth Hartman, leads them with 10. Alex Orfori with 5, and Christian Teague with 4. Titus Baylor with 4. Christian Teague is the big 6'6" center, and Teague has been working hard for the ball. Hasn't been able to get it down low, but the Lancers subsequently, I think, are slow to recover to the guards.
Well, the two guys that have been, basically tag teaming him, Schiller and Moyer, are doing a great job of fronting him and denying him the ball. In the early end, they wanted to do the pick and roll to him and just sort of lob it over the defense, but Twillman doing a great job. Twillman and Nolman both went up in the air and denied that, and that was really what kept them in the game was the defense. But then late in that second period, the Hubs started to get a lot of offensive rebounds, and you could see the Hubs, and this is just an observation, the Hubs are a much more athletic team than the Lancers are.
One of the stats we don't have is the rebounding stats, but I'm sure the Lancers are getting out rebounded 2-1.
Yeah.
And the other part about it, I think, to me, that is, I'll say most impressive has been some of the rebounds have just been absolutely crazy. In the athleticism, guys just diving down through the lane and stuff like that. So this game's going to come down to the wire, and Lancers got to figure out a way to get some points. But this isn't the only game going on in the county.
Now we've got a bunch of other games going on. For example, over across town, we've got Oakdale, who is facing South Carroll, and they're leading right now 38-25. We've got Middletown at Williamsport, and TJ is over at Tuscarora. So the winner of that game will face the winner of this game on Wednesday night. And then finally, Walkersville, the boys are over at Seneca Valley in Montgomery County. So we'll be checking on those. We've got a score coming in right now. No, we don't. Sorry about that.
Trying to find the Middletown score here. Middletown, as you said, is playing in Williamsport. That's going to be a tough one for.
It really is, because Williamsport's the number 1 seed.
Yeah, they're a very good team, and Walkersville playing Seneca Valley. Seneca Valley has a history. In fact, that next game, or if they get to the regional final and Seneca Valley plays Oakdale, that'll be a game to see.
That would be the game to see.
Because
those two
teams have knocked each other out basically going on the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So, looking at halftime, Coach Kraft made his speech kind of short. Not much to say. They got senior leadership out there to do the Lancers, so they're gonna have to get some senior leadership, and they may have to maybe concentrate less on Christian Teague and more on keeping those perimeter players, covering them, and then being able to block them out and prevent them from getting to the basket. What are we seeing on the other brackets, Michael? I know that was 3A we just talked about. In 2A, Urbana's played last Friday, and they got eliminated by Montgomery.
Urbana was knocked out of the 4A, so no one in Frederick County in the 4A right now.
And 1A, I believe Catoctin lost, and I think Brunswick's playing tonight. So we'll try to get a look at what Brunswick's doing as well.
Correct. I think. Let me think now. Brunswick is playing at home.
Yeah, they got a home game. They were the number 2 seed.
I'm trying to remember who they're playing. They're playing at home against not. I know the other side of that equation is Clear Spring, Smithsburg. I think Brunswick is playing Smithsburg at home.
So it'll be interesting to see exactly who comes out of all that. And then we had the privilege of doing that girls game last week.
Yeah, we did.
And and we're going to have some great girls teams in the state playoff. Starting with if we start with the 2 teams that we talked about. Frederick is the defending 3A state champion, and they're ready. They're ready to play. They're going to play anybody hard. They ended up as the number 2 seed, and doing some investigating, they played in an incredibly difficult holiday tournament.
Yeah.
And those games ended up counting against the total number.
That's
so
a good point.
They ended up behind Linganore, even though they beat the Lancers twice. So
and you have to wonder why Coach actually approached it with that. I guess she really just wanted the team to be strong.
And maybe they didn't think there was anybody else in Frederick County that was going to go through with only 1 or 2 losses. And the Lancers knocked off Middletown, who was the other great team. And Middletown, I didn't realize this, but they have Poolsville in their section. And
Poolsville's undefeated. Yeah, so Poolsville's the team to beat. And Linganore is going to face TJ here tomorrow night, the girls do.
Right.
So we've got back-to-back playoff basketball games right here at Linganore High School. So, hey, I'm making a comment on what a great program it is.
Yeah, I think, overall we're just seeing that the Frederick County sports teams are they can compete. We saw Urbana this weekend, I think, send 5 wrestlers to the state finals and win all their things. Linganore's indoor track just won the state indoor track championship.
Yep.
The kids from Frederick County can compete against anybody in the state at any time.
All right, here we go with the inbound to start the second half.
All right, Lancers will get the ball to start the second half. It's going to be Nolan, Nick Lang, Sean Lang, Matt Schiller, and Drew Twillman, the starting 5. Starting 5 also in for the Hubs. That is Ferguson, Baylor, Sox, Hartman, and Teague. Lancers need to probably get on the board here early, and then try to maybe control the tempo. Nolan inbounds to Nick Lang, and here we go. Lang brings it out to Sean Lang. Sean Lang guarded by Hartman. Sean Lang drives, picks up his dribble at a bad spot, gets it back out to Twillman. Twillman guarded by Sox gets it to Nick Lang. Nick Lang back out to Drew Twillman. Wide open 3.
Yeah,
in and out. Rebound. There's a battle for a rebound. Ball on the floor, jump ball. It was Sox, Nolan, and Sean Lang on the deck for the ball. So since we just had halftime, we know who gets it. Hubs have the ball.
That was just inches off on Twillman's shot there. Just an inch off, and it rattled and popped out.
When they've won their big games, Drew Twillman's had a lot of points. Down court, inside to Sox. Sox goes up against Matt Schiller. Shot's no good, but he's going to be shooting two.
Yeah, the forward came out and set the pick, and he immediately rolled to the basket, and he lobbed it right in between the defenders, and he went up with it, but he was fouled.
We only had three team fouls on each team in the first half, so that's not an issue here. And Sox, first free throw, rattles around and out, so the score remains 28-18. Ryan Sox to shoot the second. No good. Rebound, Matt Schiller. Empty possession for the Hubs. Drew Twillman pushes the pace, brings it down to Sean Lang. Sean Lang in the corner to Christian Nolan. Looking to go inside. Drive. Kick to Sean Lang. Sean Lang drives in, kicks it back out to Christian Nolan. Nolan drives with his left into the lane. Jump stop. Blocked from behind by Teague. Loose ball comes out. Controlled by Christian Nolan. Back out to Matt Schiller. To Nick Lang. Head fake. Sox with a nice defensive closeout. Kicks it out to Schiller. 7 on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock.
There
Lang going to light it up. Go!
It's about time Lang hit that.
Nick Lang with a long three as the shot clock comes down. Seth Hartman looking to match him, and he does.
He did. That it just hurts. I mean, it's bad enough when you make a great shot like that. It just takes the air right out of your balloon.
Sean Lang into the forecourt. Sean Lang drives the basket, jump stop, tries to get it to Nolan, passes behind him. Christian Nolan makes an athletic play to save the ball. Nick Lang with another three.
Same
Short.
spot, different production.
Rebound to Teague. Ferguson pushing it up. Drives, floater, off the glass, good.
Oh, wow, that was high off the glass and right into the basket.
Nick Lang to Christian Nolan. Nolan goes up. He's fouled hard by number 21, Sox. Once again, the pace of this game is just up and down, Michael, and we're, really trying to describe what's happening, but it's really hard. The teams are pulling the ball out of the basket and just going.
I'm going to have to get you one of those energy shots.
Here comes Christian Nolan with the first free throw. It's good. Nolan's first.
Yeah, Linganore just needs to be patient and whittle away at that lead just a little at a time.
One of the things I kind of always thought, you get that bye in the first round like Linganore does, and,
Yeah, I was meant to talk about that.
Nolan's second
shot
good
or bad?
I'm not sure.
I think
today it looks bad.
I don't like it.
Today it looks bad. They've only played one game in the last 10 days. So, your game feet, legs aren't underneath you. Down in the forecourt, Ferguson with the ball at the top of the key goes to Hartman. Hartman looking inside for Teague. He's got Schiller on him. They go to Shaylon Smith, who's into the game. Smith darts down the lane, blocked. Rebound, Nick Lang.
Man, what a collision.
Foul at half court. I think Nick Lang, he got fouled by Christian Teague, who was going to prevent that fast break. Basically stood up like he got a pick at half court.
Nick Lang got one right in the mouth, but he's okay.
Inbounds to Nick Lang. Lang, yo-yo dribble at the top, goes to Christian Nolan. Nolan's looking inside to Drew Twillman. Twillman almost stripped away, gets it back to Nick Lang. Nick Lang guarded by Ferguson. Goes inside, now the hedge by Christian Teague. Goes back up to Twillman. Twillman guarded by Baylor. Twillman right, then left to Christian Nolan. Nolan drives the lane, gets fouled up and in.
Play by Nolan. Now that's what you got to do. I said you got to take it to the basket. Don't worry about getting blocked. Go at it.
He took it to the basket and he used the rim to protect himself. Did a reverse off the glass and in.
Reverse layup off the glass around the player. Didn't even see it coming.
Christian Nolan trying to whittle it down to 7. Shot is up. No good. Oh, inside position by Drew Twillman, but
he did.
Too tall.
He did not. He's a head shorter than that Teague kid.
Ferguson kicks it outside to Hartman. He stutters.
Yeah, he might have walked on that.
Takes the short one. Rebound comes down. Lancers battling for the rebound. Out of bounds off of, that looks like Nick Lang's hands. That's the problem is Ferguson just threw it up there, and then Christian Teague was standing there, and he just created mayhem underneath. Inbounds pass comes to Teague. Teague to Ferguson. Ferguson, stolen by Matt Schiller.
Beautiful play by Matt on the front of Teague.
Lang drives to the basket. He's fouled by Teague. Teague on that one didn't hustle back, and Lang saw it and basically just baited him into that.
That's the formula. They got to start driving the lane, and forcing that ball inside against this, because they're inviting him to do that. And if you're not in rhythm and not hitting an outside shot, you're never going to bring the guys out front. They're going to stay underneath. So if you can't do that, you got to go in at it.
And we got a 30-second timeout on the court. North Hagerstown coach Kevin Hartman, I think he saw that what's happening here is not what he wants to see happening, not what was happening in the first half. So Hartman calls a quick timeout. He looks like he's also going to bring in, I have to apologize, we had number 25 is Ben Caldwell. It's actually DeLille Richards, and Richards is checking into the game. He's another guy who's just a big athletic guy. They're going to give Teague a quick break. I got a feeling that when Christian Teague and the game's going this fast, there's a possibility that, that's when he picks up cheap fouls like he just did. That was his second. Inbounds pass to Twillman. Twillman had the shot, wouldn't take it. Kicks it back out to Nick Lang. Nick Lang to Sean Lang. Inside to Christian Nolan. Nolan turns around. He has it. Kicks it back out to Drew Twillman.
Wide open.
Baseline to Nolan. Nolan goes up. Looks like he got fouled. No call. Rebound to Smith. Battling for the ball. Smith loses the ball. Rebound down to Drew Twillman.
Great hustle, great determination by the Lancers to stay in this.
Drew Twillman gets on the board. That's his first 2 points. Maybe that will get him going. Lancers within 6.
Well, he also got a foul behind that, too, so he might be a little fired up right now. He might need a little break to calm down.
And as the Lancers, and as the Hubs go small, the Lancers will go small as Zach Willett comes in for Matt Schiller. Into the game, number 25, Isaiah Stoner.
Backcourt violation on the Hubs.
They inbounded the ball. Twillman, like you said, he's playing with a little bit of fire. Pressured the ball, and Caleb Ferguson just dribbled it on the wrong side of midcourt. Lancers within 6. Here they come. Picked by Willett, hedged by Richards. Richards on to Lang, to Sean Lang. Sean Lang traveled. A good idea. The ball got to him, and he just shuffled his feet before he went.
Well, they're trapping in that corner, and that's it, getting inside the head of the Lancers. All they need to do is just move the ball. If you're trapped in the corner, that means somebody else is open somewhere. Stolen by Lang.
Here's what happened. The Lancers came out on that inbound play in a 1-2-2 full court press. They tried throwing a long skip pass to midcourt. It was stolen. Nick Lang got the ball, took it to the basket, got fouled very hard by number 20. Caleb Ferguson, that's his second foul. Nick will be shooting 2, down by 6.
Got it. And Lang has gone to the basket and forced this in his last 2 possessions in a row. And right now, there's 5 team fouls on the Hubs.
Tommy Moyer checks in. We're going to take a break here as North Hagerstown takes their second timeout, a full timeout. This is Michael Reinick with Michael Betteridge, 1450 WTHU. We'll be back in a minute.
Med1 Pharmacy is the largest locally owned and operated pharmacy in Frederick County. Med1 Pharmacy has 4 locations in Brunswick, Emmitsburg, Middletown, and Thurmont to provide you with convenience, experience, service, tradition, and value. Med1 Pharmacy. Check out their website at med1pharmacy.com. That's MEDONE pharmacy.com today. Or for more information, call them at 301-271-2223.
Med1 Pharmacy is a proud sponsor of Frederick County Public School Athletics. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at Linganore where Nick Lang will step up to the free throw line. Turn it back over to you. You know, I had a thought during that break. Do you realize we're Mike and Mike?
We are.
Mike and Mike at courtside.
We're slightly underpaid compared to the old Mike
and
Mike.
I would say
Lang's
so.
second free throw goes up. No good. Rebound comes down to Stoner. The Lancers are pressuring it. He gets it, kicks it out to
Boy, they
Ferguson.
sure don't want to call that jump ball, do they?
I don't know how there was no possession on that. Ball
Linganore got
out
the
of bounds. There was only 2 seconds off the shot clock. You know, Michael, I said to you right at halftime, Linganore looked flat in that first half. They do not look flat now. They are playing like they realize it's
well, they've cut that lead in half down to 5 points, and they have the ball now.
Nick Lang probing. Christian Teague back in. Zach Willett goes to Drew Twillman. Brandon Champagne in for the Lancers. Twillman probing against Baylor. Willett guarded by Hartman. Willett crosses Hartman over. Goes just left. Inside to Tommy Moyer.
Oh, how did he miss that? Oh, my goodness gracious.
Tommy Moyer just wasn't able to get his shoulders squared, and he left it short.
Right.
foul on Zach Willett. That is his first foul. Lancer's third, I believe. Hubs inbound. Caleb Ferguson comes down to Seth Hartman. Christian Teague posting up hard, and Brandon Champagne treating it a little bit more like a football game in that one. Had a good grip on him. And
little NBA contact here.
Yeah. Inbounds pass comes to Seth Hartman. Hartman to Ferguson. They're trying to look inside to Teague. Trying to get Teague going now. Outside to Shaylon Smith. Smith
wide open.
Hartman for three. No good. Nice box out by Brandon Champagne.
Champagne did a great job of having perfect position on that rebound.
They go to Nick Lang on the baseline. Lang drives. Nice head fake. He's fouled, and it's good.
That's it. Nick Lang's got the formula now.
He's going to the basket. They got to attack the basket where they blocked him out. That foul will be on number 20, Caleb Ferguson, and that's his third foul.
It takes a lot of guts to drive on this defense, I'll tell you. Because those are some big guys, and you're going to take a beating, but that's the only way you can beat these guys.
Ferguson's one of their best all-around players, averaging 9 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists, and he's going to be saddled with 3 for a while. Lang's free throw up and good. It's a 2-point game, 33-31. Lancers making a push. Here we go. Titus Baylor brings it in the forecourt. He goes over to Richards in the side. Richard puts it on the deck, guarded by Willett. Richard, floater, in and out. Rebound comes down to Teague. Wow, that was nice.
That was it.
Champagne had a hand on it. Teague kept it above his head, just put it back
in. And he never left the floor.
Yeah. Willett drives the basket right at Teague.
Floater right over him. Teague was disgusted with himself because he knew he could have swatted that one.
Titus Baylor drives. He goes high off the glass. Rebounded inside by Orfori, I think that was.
Orfori just got a luck. He was just in the right place at the right time. That was pure luck.
Sean Lang will bring the ball up. They're now pressuring Nick Lang full court. Sean Lang will go to Nick Lang once they're in the forecourt. Lancers are down by 4. Into Matt Schiller. Schiller kicks it to Sean Lang for 3. Good.
There it is. Pullman got it. What was that, Lang?
That was Sean Lang. His third three of the game.
Uh-oh.
Down court, right back out.
You can't let the guy open down court.
Transition 3 by Richards puts the Hubs back up by 4.
You can't allow that. It's happened twice in this game. You don't stand around and look how pretty your three-pointer is. Get down the floor and D them up.
They're in a 1-3-1 zone. Now Willett will try for 3. No good. Rebound to Champagne. An impressive rebound. Blocked by Teague. Rebound by Teague. Here come the Hubs. Richards. Another transition 3. Good.
There it is. Yeah. Wow. What do you say to that?
Timeout.
Yeah. Lang thoroughly frustrated.
Timeout Lancers. I think there's a foul on the court. I'm not sure what there might be a timeout by the Lancers. A foul, I think, called by the official. I'm not sure who it's on. He was kind of signaling that there was a two-arm
right before the timeout, we're saying?
It might be on Teague. I'm not sure. Is it on Willett? Or no, they're calling it on. They're calling on Matt Schiller.
Yeah.
What a critical call that is.
Yeah, it is.
So not only have they hit 2 transition 3s in a row, now there's a turnover before the Lancers have a chance to. Get even a shot up. Lancers had closed within 1.
And Schiller has 3, so they brought him out.
And that was within, 30 seconds? 2 3-pointers by the Hubs?
It's an explosive team. It really is. Just explosive. That's
Baylor to Richards. Richards feels it. He's going one-on-one. They kick it back outside to Smith. Smith into Teague. Teague guarded by Champagne. High off the glass. No. Rebound Champagne. That was a nice rebound by Brandon Champagne. Gets it to Sean Lang. Sean Lang pushing it down. He goes to Christian Nolan. Nolan thought about it. Gets trapped in the corner. He's got to be careful. Throws it away. Christian Teague bringing the ball down
court.
Throw
it away.
I think the ball was tipped by number 2, Nick Lang, for the Lancers. Lang's trying to sell it, but I think he got just enough of it to send it behind.
Nolan drove the entire length of the baseline from corner to corner. He should have stopped and challenged underneath. This is the way to beat this team.
Inbounds pass comes outside. Baylor to Hartman. Back to Richards. That's going to be an illegal screen on number 40, Christian Teague. They were trying to get the red-hot Richards coming off the inbound.
And he is red-hot.
He was the inbounder, and then he ran the baseline. They ran him off a double screen, but Teague threw a shoulder in there. That's Teague's third with a minute left. Once again, if you're the Lancers, go at
Minute left in the third.
Right, minute left in the third. Inbound, Lancers in the forecourt against a 1-3-1. Nick Lang drives, goes to Drew Twillman, who drives baseline. Gets it to Sean Lang, who's hot from three.
Bam! There it is. They're starting to double team Nick Lang, and it's paying off for Sean.
Sean, I think that's his fourth or fifth three. I'm not sure. Hubs with the ball with a shot clock difference of about 3 seconds. They go inside to Christian Teague, and they're going to call a foul. Call a foul, I think, on Brandon Champagne.
That's okay. That's a good foul. Good, solid foul.
It's 1-1 for the Hubs. Now, Michael, here's something I want to point out to you. During the year, Christian Teague's out about 40% from the foul line. So these are critical. There's an opportunity if they call
they're not in bonus yet.
They're not in bonus yet. Okay.
One to go. One to give.
But that might be the old hack-a-shack type of thing at some point in time. He does not shoot the ball well. They inbound to Hartman. Hartman goes to Orfori to Richards, guarded by Twillman. Richards with the step through, picks up his dribble, goes to Smith, who drives. Smith driving in on Kolick, and they're going to call a travel.
Great defense. The defense caused the violation there.
Lancers down by 4, 11 seconds. Here we go. Inbounds pass comes to Nick Lang. No pressure. Picks it up at half court. Lang dribbling. Goes to Sean Lang. Sean Lang, looked like he wanted to shoot it into the corner to Kolick. Back to Sean. Sean drives. Pulls up with a jumper. Good.
There it is. Sean Lang is red hot right now.
And that's the end of the quarter, Michael, with the score. The Lancers have cut a 10-point deficit to a 2-point deficit.
Yes.
North Hagerstown Hubs 43, Linganore Lancers 41. This is Michael Reinick with Michael Betteridge, WTHU 1450, bringing you the best of high school basketball playoff action from Linganore High School. We'll be back in a minute.
ESPN's Neil Everett here. This college football season, Nissan's putting you in the driver's seat. Go to NissanHeismanHouse.com. Build a customized Titan wrapped in your school's colors. Then register for a chance to win it. Or you can win a trip to the Heisman Trophy ceremony. Enter the Nissan Heisman House sweepstakes. Take on today. Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Ends 12/8/17. Open to residents of USDC.
We're back to the start of the fourth quarter. It's 43-41. The Hubs in the lead. Both teams will be in the penalty from here on out, Michael. Lancers have 6 fouls. Next one will be their 7th, and the Hubs have 7. Lancers have possession. Inbounds pass goes to Nick Lang. Nick Lang inbounds, gets it to Sean Lang. Sean Lang's red hot. Lang drives, pulls up, takes the floater, in and out, no good. Teague with the rebound, pressured by the Lancers. Gets the outlet to Caleb Ferguson, who's back in with 3 fouls. Ferguson to Baylor. Baylor out front to Richards. Richards was red hot in the third quarter. He's going 1-on-5. He drives and
what
scores.
A beautiful move.
That guy's feeling it right now.
He really is.
Inbounds. Nick Lang brings it down. He's looking for a screen from Brandon Champagne. Champagne provides a ball screen. Stolen. Richards steals it. Stays in bounds. Teague posting up. Ferguson trying to get the ball to him. Instead gets it up high to Smith. Ball on the floor. Scramble. They get it in the corner to Baylor. Baylor, jump stop. Back out to Ferguson. Ferguson down low to Smith. Smith drives into the lane. Tries to get it to Teague. Throws it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Substitution for the Lancers with under 7 minutes left. Matt Schiller coming back in for Brandon Champagne. Schiller with 3 fouls as well.
Hubs have a 4-point lead. Linganore needs to score with this possession.
Lancers have possession. It is Drew Twillman. Drew Twillman brings it up. They're trying to figure out ways to get some space for Nick Lang. Drew Twillman dribbles back out. Now drives the lane. Goes inside to Christian Nolan. Nolan can't handle the pass. Goes out of bounds. Nice play by Christian Nolan, bouncing it off of Richards out of bounds. Richards was standing out of bounds, and it was the direction that he was facing.
Nolan was falling out of bounds and had only one choice to save the ball.
Stoner in for Teague. In fact, his only other option was to throw it off one of us, so I'm glad he got it off of Richards. Inbounds, Nolan gets it inbounds to Nick Lang, being pressured, double teamed at half court. picks up his dribble, gets it to Drew Twillman, who's at the line.
Right now, the Hubs are playing tenacious defense.
They are. A lot of banging inside. Matt Schiller against Stoner. Ball goes to Schiller, hits a cutting Nolan off Nolan's hands, out of bounds. Hubs ball. I agree. They've picked up the intensity on the half court.
The Hubs have doubled intensity on their defensive side of the ball right now.
Lancers in a 1-2-2. Full court press. Stoner to Baylor, to Richards, and he's going. Reverse layup by number 24. Isaiah Stoner puts the Hubs up by 6. Twillman, guarded by Stoner.
Lots of time.
To Nolan. Nolan drives. Nice defense. Kicks it back to Twillman. Twillman drives baseline. Goes up. No foul. Looked like a lot of body on that. Richards with the rebound, and he has only one speed. It is to the basket. Richards drives. Comes back. Off the hands. Stolen by Sean Lang. To Nick Lang. Nick Lang looking to push. Nick Lang's got Matt Schiller. Nice bounce pass. Schiller goes up.
Oh, the bodies hit the floor hard. 3 on the deck. Man, oh man, they were up in the air in the rafters that time.
Playoff intensity right there, Michael. One guy giving it up, another guy trying to block it from behind, and the third guy just going strong to the basket. Schiller's first free throw rolls around and out. Lancers down by 6, 5:33 remaining. Christian Teague's coming back in. Second also no good. High in the air, number 22, Shaylon Smith. Ferguson comes down, pushes it down. Willett guarding Hartman. Hartman, behind his back, goes to Baylor. Trapped by the Lancers. He dribbles out of the trap. Foul. He stepped out of bounds. Nope, the foul on Zach Willett on the reach around.
Reach around on Willett, yeah.
So this is one of the weaknesses of the Hubs. They're not very good free throw shooters, and now we're going to get a chance. We just saw Matt Schiller miss 2, right?
Schiller just missed 2, so I mean.
And Teague will come back out. It's like an offensive-defensive substitution, trying to preserve him, make sure he doesn't pick up a cheap foul. For Willett, that was his second foul. It's a 1-1 for number 11, Titus Baylor, the leading scorer on the season, shooting about 65% from the line for the Hubs. It's up and good. He gets the bonus. One shot.
I know.
Second shot coming for Baylor, up and good.
Made them both.
8-point lead for the Hubs. Drew Twillman with the ball. Dribbles past half court. Matt Schiller posting up down low. They got to give the ball to Schiller down there. He's got the smaller Stoner on him. Yep.
Mismatch.
Schiller goes back out front to Twillman. Lancers do not have very good floor balance here. They're going to call an offensive foul, I think, on the Lancers. I think it's going to be on number 4.
Yeah. That's his second personal in 2 minutes. They need to get him out of there.
Yeah, this is called the push, because that's a player control foul. It's a non-shooting foul. That's the Lancers' 8th to go along with the Hubs.
Not a good lineup for Linganore right now.
Ferguson gets it in bounds, goes the whole, that looked like a double dribble, I'm not sure. Way above the rim with Smith again. Everyone fighting for the loose ball. Willett gets it. Smith can jump. He was way above the rim. Willett brings it down. Willett has Twillman in the corner. Willett's going to drive to the basket. He goes up hard and scores.
Oh, boy, he redeemed himself on that one.
Timeout, Lancers. 30-second timeout, down by 6, 4:42 remaining. That is Linganore's, second timeout.
Okay.
Each team has 3 left. It's just a 30-second timeout. What are the keys, Michael? What do we got to see for the Hubs to stay ahead, or the Lancers to catch back up?
Well, the Lancers have to keep penetrating like they've been doing. We've had a little bit of a drought here with Nick Lang was taking it to the hoop on just about every possession, and he was successful. They've got a couple of players in foul trouble right now. If they can push it to 4. With 4 minutes down, this is the time to attack. You've got to attack now. Your season's on the line. You're down 6. You've got to be aggressive right here.
Got to box out on the defensive end. The other thing is I got to tell you is number 25. Stolen by Nick Lang on the inbounds. He gets it over to Drew Twillman. Lancers with a chance to cut this lead to 4. Goes to Christian Nolan in the corner. Nolan drives on Smith. Good body control. Kicks it back out to Zach Willett. Back out to Drew Twillman. Gets a screen from Matt Schiller. Twillman drives all the way to the basket.
Oh, he doesn't get the roll, but what a great rebound, and then it goes right into the hands of Red.
Nice job by Zach Willett. Titus Baylor was driving down. Zach Willett got back on defense, dove, knocked the ball out of bounds. Oh, my gosh, Drew Twillman's layup was halfway down before it came out.
It really was. It's unbelievable. Twillman just a tick off tonight.
Richards looking to take it on his own shoulders. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Caleb Ferguson into the corner. Ferguson looking for Teague on the roll. Goes to Shaylon Smith. Shaylon Smith cuts to the basket. Gets it to Christian Teague. He misses the short one. Rebound comes out. They're going to call a foul on the Lancers, and I'm not sure if they're going to call it going up. I think it's on.
Yeah, it's on the arm.
It looks like it's on Zach Willett. That might be his fourth foul. They're calling a two-shot foul. Christian Teague will be shooting two.
Well, let's see if his 40% holds. He made it.
First one, up by 7. And if he makes it, Teague's going to have a defensive substitution. Sean Lang back in the game. Lancers down by 7. They had a layup that was halfway down come out. Teague's second, no good. Rebound to Drew Twillman. Twillman brings it down, gets it to Christian Nolan. Nolan going to the basket.
He should have taken it to him.
To Twillman. Twillman, head fake. Good job. Blocked underneath. Loose ball goes to Nick Lang. Nick Lang goes up. He's fouled by number 40, Christian Teague. That will be his fourth.
Exactly what I've been talking about. And, I sense that Lang gets a little bit more attention when he goes up and gets fouled.
He does. He sells it a little bit better than some of the other guys. Nick's first free throw rolls around and in. 6-point game. Coming back in the game is Seth Hartman, and number 30, Alex Ofori. Coming out for the Hubs is looks like Caleb Ferguson and Christian Teague. Just under 4 minutes left. Both team with 3 timeouts. Second shot by Lang. Rolls around and in. 5-point game. Both teams will be shooting 2 from here on out. Inbound to Seth Hartman.
Oh, what a big turnover.
Seth Hartman traveled. He caught the ball jump stop, and then he shifted his feet as he was trying to pivot around. Now coming in the game is Caleb Ferguson back in for Hartman. Nolan gets the cutting. Lang, he couldn't control the ball. Oh, boy. Lang kept to the basket, had a chance for it. Went out of his hands, recovered by Richards, who shoots a long 3. Banks it in.
He banks it in for 3. That is a backbreaker.
Nick Lang up to Sean Lang, who recovers.
There we go. Back-to-back threes. That's the way you do it.
53-48. Titus Baylor gets it in to Ofori. Ofori dribbles up, gets it to Richards. The unconscious Richards. He has the ball at half court, guarded by Sean Lang. He's going to drive, hands off to Caleb Ferguson. Outside. Ferguson dribbles off his foot, picks it back up, gets it to Shaylon Smith. Shaylon Smith looks to drive. Oh, that looked like a walk.
It was.
Smith throws it way out to Caleb Ferguson out at midcourt. He drives with 9 on the shot clock. To Smith, blocked, partially blocked, over the top. Number 44, Matt Schiller, is going to be shooting 2 for the Lancers. That foul's going to be on number 22, Shaylon Smith, going over the top.
Now, Matt missed 2 the last time he was standing at the charity stripe. He needs to put these in.
Lancers can't afford empty possessions. Here's a chance with the clock stop with 2:44 for them to cut it to 1 possession.
5-point game.
Front of the rim and out. Schiller's struggling a little bit at the line. Teague back into the game. Schiller's second. Out and no good. Critical free throws for Matt Schiller. Into the forecourt. Ferguson takes it right at Schiller in the chest. Teague back in the game, fighting for the rebound. He gets the rebound. Gets it to Baylor. Baylor drives. Down low. No good rebound. Back to
Unbelievable.
Lancers couldn't control the rebound. Alex Ofori got his own rebound twice and laid it back in. 2:20 left, 7-point game. Drew Twillman to Sean Lang for another three.
Partially blocked.
Titus Baylor with the ball. Baylor brings in the forecourt. He drives. Schiller jumps in front of him. That's going to be a 2-shot foul.
Yes, it is. And that's going to be Schiller. It's fourth personal. He's going to have to come out. Why bother? 2 minutes left.
Titus Baylor, he'll be shooting 2. He misses the first. Free throws in playoffs are certainly a different beast.
Schiller makes his 4 free throws. It's a 1-point game.
Zach Willett will come in for the Lancers, and Alex Orfori comes back, and Christian T goes out. Matt Schiller goes out. As you said, both those players are playing with 4 fouls. Both teams are small right now. Baylor to shoot. Chance to put his team up by 8. Misses them both. Rebound to Nolan. That's a strong rebound. Christian Nolan will bring it up. Gets it to Drew Twillman. 2 minutes remaining. Lancers down by 7. Twillman drives the lane all the way to the basket. Too strong. Rebound comes down to Richards. Richards is bumped by number 2, Nick Lang.
His first personal.
2 free throws coming up for number 25, Richards. He hasn't missed anything all game, so.
Wally Richards.
Makes the first. 8-point game. North Hagerstown with a chance to make it a 3-possession game at a minimum. Richards. Shot up. Good. Nick Lang gets the ball for the Lancers. He drives down, drives into the lane, kicks it to Drew Twillman. Drew Twillman drives. They call a bump on Titus Baylor out around the 3-point circle.
Double
That's going to
bonus.
be dead ball foul, 2 shots for Drew Twillman. Twillman has to make these for the Lancers.
At what point do you have to start fouling?
I think you're going to have to go for some full court press here. No good on the first one by Twillman. You're going to have to be able to go on the full court press and then foul if you don't get a steal.
This is just not Drew's night.
He's had a rough night shooting, and the Lancers have had a rough night at the line. Twillman makes the second. Timeout for Linganore. That's going to be a full timeout with 1:49 remaining. The score, North Hagerstown Hubs 57, Linganore Lancers 49. We're going to take a break. This is Michael Ryan with Michael Beveridge, 1450 WTHU, bringing you high school basketball action.
Know someone with a drinking or drug problem? Learn how to get sober after we share these stories.
I was 35 with 2 beautiful children when my life and addiction started to spiral out of control. After my divorce, I went into a depression cycle and started drinking more often and using prescription drugs. After my second DWI and arrest, my ex-husband threatened to take our children away from me.
I was 17 when I became addicted to heroin and meth. I thought I could quit on my own, but I couldn't. It hit me when I was arrested.
Get sober now. Your private insurance may cover costs, and we'll get you here. It's
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're at Linganore High School. Michael Ronick with Michael Beveridge, WTHU, bringing you the best in high school basketball action. The Hubs inbound. Lancers are pressing. They get the ball to Titus Baylor. Titus Baylor pulls up at the foul line. Jump shot, good.
Wow.
Lancers get the ball into Drew Twillman. Twillman drives baseline. They're going to call a foul, a bump on number 25, Richards. Khalil Richards, who's had himself a heck of a game. That might be the first thing that has gone his way.
I call him the MVP myself.
I mean, his shooting's been incredible from the outside. It will give Twillman a chance. Down by 10, Lancers have a chance to cut a date. You were talking about when it's time to foul, and it's time to foul. Drew Twillman's shot rolls out.
6 straight free throw misses by the Lancers.
Twillman's second shot is
Got
good.
it.
9-point game. Orfori inbounds to Ferguson. Ferguson goes on the sideline, gets it up to Richards. Richards all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. Twillman gets it to Willett. Willett outside to Christian Nolan. Nolan drives to the basket, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down, controlled by the Hubs. Ball comes out to Nolan. Nolan loses it, controlled by Titus Baylor. Baylor loses it, picked up by Richards, and Richards going to the basket. Out of control, didn't need that one with a minute left. Leaves his feet. Zach Willett draws a charge. But that's been Khalil Richards' game all game.
Yeah, that's a backcourt player control charge, so no shots on that one.
Nick Lang brings it down, goes between his legs, takes a long three. No good. Rebound comes down to Orfori. To Ferguson. To Baylor. Baylor goes down the sideline. Fouled by Nick Lang. Under a minute left. The Hubs with an 11-point lead, Michael.
Foul on the Lancers, number 2, Nicholas Lang. His second personal.
The Lancers have been a tough out all year long, but their shooting today has just not been sharp. First shot by Baylor. Around the rim and in. Everything pretty much going their way, so not much else you would expect at this point in time.
And it's kind of a instant replay of what we saw a month ago.
Baylor's second shot, no good. Rebound comes down, controlled by Smith.
And they get it
Kicks it back out to Baylor. Baylor's fouled immediately.
They have to.
Down by 12, 50 seconds left in the game. It doesn't look good if you're a Linganore Lancer faithful. The Hubs have controlled this play since the beginning of the second quarter through the rest of the game.
So the Hubs looks like they're going to hold on here, and if they do, they're going to face either TJ or Tuscarora.
Baylor's first shot up and in, 13-point lead for the Hubs, 63-50.
Interesting point would be that if Tuscarora, by some stretch of the imagination, were able to beat Thomas Johnson, Tuscarora would have home court advantage.
Baylor's second shot comes off the rim. Sean Lang gets it. Nick Lang comes up. Nick Lang to Christian Nolan. Nolan to the top of the key to Sean Lang. Three-pointer good.
Sean Lang.
Inbounds.
Foul him right
Try
now.
to foul Richards. They tried a couple times. They get him fouled. 10-point game. Khalil Richards to shoot 2 free throws. I think he could kind of probably close his eyes and make these.
Yeah.
He has had a career game here today.
He really has. Impressive, very impressive athlete. Richard to shoot one.
No good. Rebound comes down to Zach Willett. Willett pushes it up to Drew Twillman. Drew Twillman pulls up for 3. No good. Rebound to Baylor. Baylor dribbling it out. Coach Kraft tells his team no foul. North Hagerstown's going to dribble the clock out here at Linganore High School. Shot clock's off. Titus Baylor, their leader with the ball at half court, just dribbling it out. And the final score will be the Linganore Lancers losing to the North Hagerstown Hub. North Hagerstown 64, Linganore 53. And with that, the Linganore Lancers season will come to an end. They end the season 17-6, an excellent season, but wrong game to pick to come up a little bit short. So. Yeah. What do you have to think about going forward here, Michael? This North Hagerstown team looked pretty tough.
Well, it does, and that's going to be if they face TJ, if TJ wins, and which is TJ is the favorite, of course, in the seeding. If they face TJ at TJ, that might be a very interesting game to see, because TJ also matches up very well with this Hubs team because they're both very strong and big.
Right. I think it's going to be. That game will be a very physical game. Now, the other thing I think that would be important about that is that game, if they play, will be at TJ, and TJ's a unique gym to play in.
They really are.
We're going to take a quick break. break here, Michael, and then we'll try to see if we can get some stats. And I know we got some other scores for Frederick County teams. We'll try to get those to everybody. But the final score here from Linganore High School is the North Hagerstown Hubs 64, the Linganore Lancers 53. And that's a 3A Section 2 semifinal game that will go to the Hubs. They'll await the winner of TJ and Tuscarora. This is Michael Reinick for Michael Betteridge. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with some stats and some analysis of the work that's going on, or the games going on in Frederick County.
Want to know what I like best about high school sports? I love watching my son run on the field. I love seeing him smile when he high-fives his teammates. I love seeing his eyes light up when his team scores a goal. I love the fact that since he's been playing high school sports, he's making better decisions. And I love knowing that high school sports have never been safer. Why? Because coaches have more information than they've ever had. Training techniques are more sophisticated, and equipment has never been more advanced. Playing high school sports isn't just safe. It's still the best way to give your teenager a healthy head start in life. And that's something I really love.
This message about the value of high school sports is presented by the Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletic Association and the Maryland State Athletic Directors Association.
Face it, we live in a world where transportation is almost a necessity. But for some, it's out of their reach, and that's where you come in. Second Chances Garage is a local Frederick charity that takes your donated vehicles, refurbishes them, and gets them to families in need. They get transportation, you get a tax deduction, and a warm heart. So consider donating your unused car or truck to Second Chances Garage today. You'll find us on the web at scgarage.org or on your phone at 240-724-1919. Because everyone and everything deserves a second chance.
Hey, are you wondering how you are going to put dinner on the table tonight? If the answer is yes, then wonder no more. Northern Frederick has the answer. The Thermont Food Bank. In just 1 month, they were able to help 1,164 people. If you need groceries or other everyday essentials, just stop by the Thermont Food Bank. Or if you're wondering how you can help, it's simple. The Thermont Food Bank welcomes donations, whether it be food, money, or your time. Whether you are volunteering, dropping off donations, or picking them up. Stop by the Thermont Food Bank.
The Thermont Food Bank is located at 10 Frederick Road in Thermont, Maryland, and is open Tuesdays from 5 to 7:30 p.m. and Fridays from 4 to 6 p.m. For more information, call 240-288-1865.
Hi, my name is Sheriff Chuck Jenkins, and I want to tell you about a great new program on the radio, Law Enforcement Today. In the difficult challenges that law enforcement officers face today, Law Enforcement Today is a program for officers, about officers and their families, providing cutting-edge information from real experts. Law Enforcement Today tackles the important truth that blue lives matter. Tune in Tuesdays at 5 p.m. for Law Enforcement Today on AM 1450 WTHU, and tell them Sheriff Jenkins sent you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Linganore High School. We just watched an exciting 3A sectional semifinal between the North Hagerstown Hubs and the Lancers, and the Hubs won the game by, I think, 14 going away. Yeah. And not what we expected, Michael, but as we said, there are a lot of factors in playoff basketball. You're playing on a different day with different day rest. The Lancers hadn't played in a week, and North Hagerstown got that game against South Hagerstown where they played extremely well last week. And they came out and really controlled the play here.
You know, I got to think, even if they played this in a regular season, as a regular season game at the same time, at the right time, the results would have been the same. Really, the key to tonight's game was that the Lancers, they couldn't get production from their shooting forward, Drew Twillman, and from Christian Nolan. Christian Nolan afraid to drive to the basket, and Twillman was just a hair off all night. And that was the difference in this game, really, for the Lancers. Lancers were very competitive with them up until that second period when the athleticism of the Hubs started to take its toll.
Yeah, if you would have guessed for the Lancers that they had 36 points from the Lang brothers, that they probably would have been all right in this one. But
you would have said that, yes.
They didn't get a whole lot extra. Sean Lang led the team with 20 points.
Okay.
And Nicholas Lang had 16 points. I think Sean Lang, if I'm doing my math, had 6 3-pointers. So, that was kind of where their offense was coming from. But Christian Nolan had 4 in each half for 8. Drew Tolman had 4. Zach Willett had 4. But really no production other than that in the forecourt.
Yeah.
They didn't get anything, and a lot of it was Christian Teague was, I don't want to say intimidating inside, because he really isn't that intimidating player, but he was changing the shots and the way people were doing things.
Yeah.
For North Hagerstown, off the bench was DeLeo Richards with 20 points, 18 in the second half. I mean, that's like...
Well, he did that last Friday. I mean, that kid came in. He came in off the bench in the same setup. Afori came off the bench last Friday, and he had 8 points and 3 steals.
Yeah, so what they're getting is production off their bench, with Lancers didn't get today, and all season had been getting. So, the unfortunate thing is, there's no tomorrow once you start playoff basketball and football and any of the sports. They held Christian Teague to, I think, a mere 7 points, which that's pretty impressive. That's where you would expect it to come from. And then the other major contributor for North Hagerstown on the offensive end were Seth Hartman and Titus Baylor with 13 and 10. So, as you look at that, you just kind of, at least to me, I look at it and say that, Lancers kind of the Hubs got a lightning bolt from somewhere they weren't expecting it to, and the Lancers kind of couldn't react, couldn't respond.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, I got some scores for you. Came in. Oakdale has defeated South Carroll 80-53. That one's in the books. And Walkersville with a 10-point lead over Seneca Valley at Seneca Valley, 33-23.
Wow! Well, you had
shocker.
the Walkersville game last week, and
if
they could have made some free throws, that one would have been walking away. But they got athletic players, Josh Pulse and Jeremiah Sweet, and they got some length. So, I'm surprised by that score though, because I think maybe Seneca Valley was looking for that showdown with Oakdale. So they, much like Linganore, they got some work to do in the second half. I know that we had some early scores where FSK was up on Brunswick and TJ up on Tuscarora, but that's going to be a battle because that's two Frederick City teams going at it there.
All right.
So looking forward, the winner of this game, North Hagerstown, gets either TJ or Tuscarora.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I'm just looking at the other side of the bracket. Westminster's the number 1 seed, and Linganore handled Westminster easily, and Westminster was up by, I think it was 10 or 15 at halftime over Magruder. So, they look like they're going to be moving on. And 3A West is not the strongest side. And if you can be the team that gets hot, you got an opportunity, I think, to find yourself at the Xfinity Center in a week and a half.
Well, there's no doubt about it. And, I mean, that is where you're headed with all this. You want to go to the Xfinity Center. Oakdale looks like the horse to ride right now. Oakdale, that's an impressive win over a good South Carroll team. They're in the 2A, and there's not a whole lot of competition in that 2A when you look at the brackets there. I mean, Walkersville, it's going to end up with Oakdale probably facing Liberty. They're playing tonight. Liberty and Century are.
Yeah, actually, and that score was a 2-point game, 32-30. Liberty was leading Century at halftime.
And I'd expect Liberty to take over that one and be successful. The Liberty, they're not going to match. They're the number 2 seed, but they're not going to be able to hang with Oakdale.
No, we've seen Oakdale play a couple of times, and the way they play defense, I don't think teams understand the intensity they're going to bring with Gesario and Di Lorenzo and Schlee and Polk and French. Like we said, they got 45 fouls to use. They're going to use them if it's called that way. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night and a lot of pressure coming at guys.
And so, the game would be at Oakdale, and then Oakdale would end up facing on the Section 2 bracket. They'd end up facing probably either Williamsport, Middletown, or right now Walkersville's in the lead, Walkersville or Seneca Valley. So they could end up facing another Frederick County team for the regional 2A West championship.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But I got to tell you, I think Oakdale's got the odds-on favorite for the game. 3A now, it looks like, we had talked about the TJ Linganore showdown in the next round as being something to look forward to. But the North Hagerstown upset means they're going to travel to Tuscarora or TJ for this next round of games. So we'll see. The boys bracket not playing out quite the way most people, I think, would have anticipated at this point in time. It'll be interesting to see how that Tuscarora TJ game ends. And then, we got the girls starting tomorrow night. And if the same amount of mayhem ensues there, who knows what we're going to see.
That's it. This is just a solid week. Unlike, football where we have to wait a week for each game. We've got a game every night between the boys and the girls and back and forth, and they're all really good basketball games.
It's an exciting time of the year. And, the hard part, I remember watching my son losing the sectional finals last year for Linganore at Tuscarora. And the hard part is, you live that as a family, that Tuesday, Friday schedule, and then it ends. It ends abruptly. And so there's a lot of Linganore. I'm sure they had a great season. There's probably a lot of high fives and hugs in the locker room right now for Nicholas Lang, who had an amazing career. He had the opportunity to play had the opportunity when his brother played at University of Maryland. He was there that day. He the next year led the Lancers to the 22-1 regular season, and then they lost in the upset to Tuscarora. And then 17 wins this year, 16 wins last year. I'm sure he's been a part of the teams that have had the most number of wins in Linganore basketball history, to be honest with you. So he goes away. Linganore will look to the future. Sean Lang showed that he's part of the future. Christian Nolan and some of the other players. They just were so flat in the first half, and got to say, in the long term, it just is gonna, there just isn't that time to say, let's play one more quarter and we got them. Time ran out.
Right. All right. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're done here at Linganore. Congratulations to the North Hagerstown Hubs, who advanced to the next round in the 3A West boys basketball race to the tournament. And Michael, it's good being with you courtside again. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, all of our listening family. Don't forget, this game will be archived video and audio in its entirety and available on Audio Vault. Check out our sports box inbox at WTHU.org on the homepage to see where we're headed at in the next couple days for this great playoff run. We'll see you. Have a great evening.